going live. It's Saturday, or correction, it's Friday, April 28th, 2023. Welcome to my live broadcast. Getting a couple things set up here real quick. Give me just 1 second. I'm sharing this link over with the business page. Well, anyways, I'm gonna do a demonstration here on how to change a battery on this HP EliteBook. Because it's one of those where the battery's not taking the charge, and the battery's internal, so this should be interesting. While I'm in it, I'm also going to be changing out the hard drive. So this should be a very interesting one. It's actually pretty simple to do. However, I'm going to caution you, if you don't have a lot of experience, yes, it can be tedious, and laptops especially can be harder to mess up on. Anyway, start out here, I'm going to take out the screws. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to take those out first. Okay, I'm going to try to adjust my other camera here where it gives a little bit better angle. And I'll try to go back and forth on these two here. Start out here, I'm going to take the Phillips screwdriver and start removing some screws. If anyone has any questions on what I'm doing as I'm going, feel free to ask. Roger, welcome. actually going to switch back over here to the Droid Cam. Pretty nice camera, isn't it? Normally I recommend having both hands available. But for the purpose of trying to do this and get this good on camera, good thing they make magnetic screwdrivers at times too, huh? Okay, I'm going to switch over here to the other camera for just a minute. Yeah, the battery in this one's actually internal. So I actually got to take the case cover out. Nice thing about these EliteBooks, they're more geared for more of the business world, which they actually make them a little bit better than just your average store-bought computer or laptop. A lot more durable. Just about got all the screws out. anyone wants or has any computer repairs they need done here in the future, or any questions, feel free to contact me. You can either email me at jeremy@cjspcrepair.com or check it out on Facebook at CJ's PC Repair Custom Build with all the numbers at the end. I don't have enough things where Facebook will let me have the short thing on my name yet. Anyways, now I'm gonna take this cover off. I've actually been in here a few times already. Normally a good little screwdriver like this here, kind of just your jeweler's kit, one of those plastic little pry things comes in great for taking those off, for taking the back panel off. Want to be careful so you don't mar it up or anything. But since I've already been in here, it's actually just a tinier bit looser, so it's actually coming off pretty easy here tonight. Let me switch back over to my Droid Cam here where I can give you guys a better angle on this. Anyways, you got a memory bays right here. Okay, your heatsink, and then your processor's under here actually. Processor's actually the whole brain of the computer. Amazing how small they make them nowadays, isn't it? This one here right at the moment I actually have two drives in. It's got an M.2 which is only 160 gig. I'm going to end up pulling that out. I also had stuck in a mechanical drive the other day I was originally going to use. But decided to go a different direction here. This giant piece right here's your battery in this one. In order to remove it, I got a screw right here, and then I got another one right over here. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and switch back over to my main camera. Unscrew those two screws. And there's this little tab right here. Not sure how well you can see it. Let me hold this up here. It's like right here. Just comes in nice just to get that grip on when you're pulling the battery out. And here's the old battery. I'm going to go ahead and pull the mechanical drive out here. Got that. I'm going to go ahead and pull out this M.2 drive. And the M.2 drive is actually pretty easy. You got this one little screw right here. And we'll loosen that up. Okay, then that drive kind of springs out, kind of like a little diving board, I guess, or something like that. But to pull it out, just kind of comes out, just pulls right out there. Put it back in, you got these chips here, almost looks like the same type you would see on the sticker RAM. Just lines up with the slot and slides right in. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the screw for the M.2 drive back in the slot that it came out of, just in case at some point anyone ever decides they want to put an M.2 one back in. Gotta love the size they make some of these screws at times, don't you? And first off, before I put the new battery in, I'm actually going to start out here with the hard drive. The hard drive I'm going with is the Samsung 870 EVO. Really good drive. Here are actually some of my favorites right now. It's a 500 gigabyte drive. It should actually do quite nice in this one. Put it in, I'm simply going to line these notches here up with the notches right here on the board, and it will slide right in. Now let me get in at the new battery here. Man, amazing how much packaging they put on in these things, isn't it? Comes with a couple miniature jeweler's screwdrivers here. Got the battery, got the foam protection. And I'm just going to line it right back up with how it originally came out and put it in. There we go. Go ahead, screw my screws back in. Go. Now we got that in. Now we're going to do the exact opposite here for putting this case lid back on. Get it lined up, of course. I'll tell you, sometimes the lining the case up can actually be the hardest part. Go ahead and make sure it locks in good. I'll go ahead and start putting the screws back in. A lot of times I like to start out with that center screw. Of course, that's kind of just my preference here. Okay, got that. I'm going to go ahead and go with a couple corners. I myself, normally when I'm doing the corners, I like to go across corner. Kind of helps distribute it a little bit evener. If that's a word, actually. Get another corner here. Amen to that. probably be in big trouble if it weren't magnetic. Probably worse than that, knowing the person who normally is at this table, I might be a dead goose come Sunday. Laugh out loud. Couple more to go here. One thing that I'm going to say, especially for those of you who may not know, even those of us who do tech stuff all the time, still got to use Google at times. Google's our best friends, even in the tech industry. Go ahead, put one back here in the center. A little tip for when you're Googling stuff, the more specific you ask the questions, the better answer you're going to get. Anyways, we got the laptop back together here. Now I'm going to go ahead and give me some power and fire it up. But before that, though, I'm going to end up having to put Windows on this machine. And to do that, I need to create my Windows disk. So I'm going to plug my thumb drive in here. Okay. me just a minute here. It's going to be just one moment here. I'm going to take and I'm actually going to share part of my screen with you guys so you can see how I'm going to do this. Got this program here I like to use. It's called Rufus. Really nice program. Give it just a moment here. Drag that over here where you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna, there's a newer version available. Let's go ahead and let it install real quick. And we'll go ahead and launch the new version. Drag the new version over to the screen I'm sharing. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to select my ISO file, which is simply this file. copied it over. Okay, I see where it's at now. It's further down in my list. So we're gonna do that, and now we're gonna tell it to burn this to the thumb drive. We don't want to click any of these options. Okay, it's gonna reformat my thumb drive, which we wanted to do. Give it a few minutes here and let it burn. While that's burning, I'm going to go ahead and get my power cable ran over here to this laptop and hook up the video output. Simply plug that in right there. Plug my display adapter in. Anyways, this here's going to take a few minutes. So we'll go ahead and let that go for a few minutes. Let me readjust my camera a little bit here. A little bit better. We'll come up here just a little bit. Alright. We're back in business. Give it a few minutes here to finish up. Gonna go back to my full camera for just a minute here. Anyways, while we're waiting for that to finish up on creating the thumb drive here. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I'll also be going back in later and responding to any other questions later on too. But yeah, this laptop here is actually a client's laptop I'm doing some work on. An organization over here in Tampa. Unbroken Dreams actually do a really good thing over here. If anyone wants to find out any information about them, check out their Facebook page or website. Like I said, really awesome thing they're doing over here. And if anyone has any PC needs they need in the future, like any builds or repairs or anything, go ahead and send me an email. Jeremy at cjspcrepair.com, or simply send me a comment here through Facebook. Glad to help. Gonna go back here to the screen capture where you guys can see that this here's about 94% done. Once it gets done, we'll go ahead and put it in the laptop and start the Windows reload. Actually a pretty easy thing. I know a lot of people get nervous when it comes to putting Windows on the computer. It's actually a pretty easy thing to do. Once you've done it once or twice, it's like riding a bike. You'll never forget. Again, any comments or questions, feel free to ask. I know, they never go quick enough when you're watching them. Alright, we're at 97%. Sorry, I know I'm a little bit nervous here. This here's my first time doing this kind of broadcast. Next one I'm going to probably do is actually going to be a custom build. Which is going to be a desktop. Using the 12th Gen Intel board and a Core i7 in it. Gonna be a pretty slick machine. And I see my thumb drive's ready, so we'll go ahead and remove that from my USB drive here. We'll go ahead and put it in the laptop's USB. now I'm actually going to switch over here and now I'm going to switch screens and let you guys see what's going on over here. The test pattern will go away here in just a minute. Okay, and then this should boot right to Windows. Okay, maybe it's not going to yet. Okay, give me just a minute here. Going into the BIOS to check something. Come over here to my advanced settings. Yeah. gonna switch over to my Droid Cam here. Because it don't look like this is gonna let me share the screen properly until I actually... that could be something that simple. Okay. That looks like it's not going to let me share the screen until after I get Windows in and get the video driver installed. So for now, I'll use the Droid Cam where you guys can see what I'm doing. It's actually a pretty simple thing. I'm going to start out here. I'm going to go next, which is select in English. I'm going to tell this to install. Okay. For right now, I'm actually telling this I don't have a product key. It will actually activate itself later. Okay. Typically, what you run into is the product key is typically built in on the digital motherboard. So it should pick up on it automatically when I'm through here. If not, I'll go back in and enter it in. Nice thing with Windows 10, even if it's not active, even without the product key entered, it is still set up where you got the trial until you put the key in. But, you know, it's kind of just always been my preference to do it this way when installing Windows 10. Let it turn and spin its circles here. This here actually will not take too long at all to do. gonna restart now. Okay, you can actually take the thumb drive out now while it's restarting here, which I typically do a lot of times. Because everything now was extracted on the hard drive itself, so now it's just going to go through and start loading itself. We'll end up getting one more reboot after this. Windows is getting ready. It's going through here, getting ready to do its second reboot. I know it's late. I had really wanted to come in and do this earlier, but kind of had things come up where it got busy. Okay, now it's going to have me select my language, which is, or select region, which is the United States. We're using a US keyboard layout, asking if I want to add a second layout, which is no. Okay, I'm telling it just for right now that I'm not wanting to connect to the internet. I'll go ahead and connect here in a few minutes once I get in Windows. We'll continue with the limited setup. Otherwise, what it would make me do is put in the Microsoft account, which I don't want to do here. Okay, I normally use something generic, so in this case we'll use HP Owner. Click next, next. Okay, I'm going on and I'm turning most of these privacy settings off. Because I don't want Microsoft knowing every detail. I'll leave the location on, just where, like for the local weather and stuff like that, where it can find it. Okay, Katana, we'll go ahead and accept her. let Windows finish up on its installation. Okay, I'm actually gonna switch back over to my main camera for a minute. Because I actually need to look up one of my Wi-Fi passwords here. It's bad when you gotta look up your own passwords, isn't it? I actually want to go back to the back of the computer, my actual desktop here, and just make sure I didn't pull something loose on my video card. Oh, the joys of being live, huh? Everything's unscripted, right? I'm gonna go ahead and connect to the internet. Go ahead, let some drivers start updating. Actually gonna go ahead here and check in Device Manager real quick. So installing the first batch of updates. Hopefully I'll be able to share my screen with you guys here in just a minute. Because it looks like it's downloading the video driver now. But anyways, even me as a tech, I learned something new tonight. Thing about being a tech, you're never through learning. My battery's at 55% and it's charging now. Should be fully charged here in about an hour. Right now it's just installing updates. There's not too much to see. Wow, we've already been live here for about an hour. Again, as I said, if you guys want to ask any questions or anything, reach out to me. Jeremy at cjspcrepair.com. And now, we just finished installing the video driver, so now I can go ahead and swap over and you can see my screen too. Give it a little bit to spin its wheels and install updates. While we're doing that, we'll also go ahead and download and install Google Chrome. on its update. I tell it to open. Go ahead and close that out. Chrome is installed. Nice thing with Chrome, you've got access to all the Google Sheets and Google Docs and all those nice programs. Some pretty powerful programs there. It actually hit a point where they do compete with Microsoft some. Now these search highlights always bug me, so I'm actually going to turn them off. I'm here to search, and where it says search highlights, get rid of that little picture down there. We're getting there slowly. And also just gaining time while we're here. Just a minute, and here we are. Back to our Windows updates here. Right now this top one it's installing, which I guess you can't really see my finger point. So I guess I'll use the mouse to point. This cumulative update preview, that's a pretty big one. So that's the one that's taking the longest right now. Once that finishes, this should start moving a lot quicker. Anyway, so anyone got any questions? I guess really not, since I don't think I have any actual live viewers at the moment. By chance I do, feel free to ask something or say something. over my screen settings here. Alright, looks like we're ready for a restart here. So we're gonna let that restart real quick. Give it just a minute, we'll be back up here. back up. Go ahead and check and see how many more updates we got here. I know this does get time consuming at times. But hey, best way to spend a Friday night though, isn't it? Go ahead and tell these to install now. Got about 3 that needs us to do a restart, so we'll go ahead and do a restart real quick. Again, if people are just kind of skimming through and need some kind of PC repair service or a custom build, shoot me an email or look me up here on Facebook. Jeremy at cjspcrepair.com, or this nice long address down here. Be glad to talk with you, see what we can work out. Live. See if we got any more updates here. Yep, we got another batch. Get all these up to date. That's one thing about Windows, they love to install updates. everyone's enjoying this. Like I said, it's my first time doing this, so hopefully in the future can get more interaction and hopefully start a little bit earlier next time. If you guys got any suggestions or comments or anything I can do better on this, let me know. Looks like we're due a restart. Give it a few minutes, then we go back in Windows and we'll be back out here. BIOS update. Whenever BIOS is updated, definitely don't want to touch anything. Let me go ahead and switch it back over to my Void cam here where you guys can see this. Be patient when you did BIOS updating. Got to, good chance for people to walk away, get a cup of coffee or whatnot. I guess it also helps if I remember to switch cameras, doesn't it? But whatever you do, you don't want to interrupt the BIOS update. Otherwise, this whole thing becomes an oversized paperweight pretty much. Or as a certain other one of my friends likes to say, boat anchor. Just be patient here, don't touch anything. Windows will pretty much do everything on its own. Gonna go ahead and switch back over to my main camera. As you can see, it's doing its reboot now. As you can see, it don't want me touching the thing here still. Otherwise, like I said, you'll end up with an oversized paperweight, so just be patient. go ahead and check here, see if we got any more updates. And I guess it helps if I go back to my overlay, doesn't it? Check that one more time. Alright, looks like we are all up to date here. Anyways, thank you for joining me, or thank you for coming in and checking this video out. Once again, like I said, if you guys got any questions or need any PC help at all, shoot me an email. Again, Jeremy at cjspcrepair.com. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. So anyways, thank you for joining me for this first broadcast. Like I said, hopefully they'll get better. Any comments, critiques, feel free to also let me know about those. Thank you. And we'll go ahead and wrap it up here.